Welcome, Doug. We're going to hear from select member Doug Andersen from DT Studios, and he's going to give us a 10-minute insight into everything DT Studios and, by the looks of it, how to use visual media to help your business to bounce back. So, Doug, over to you.
Okay, hello everybody. Right, so really we're using visual media to help you bounce back. It's about, sorry, that's us. It's about, hold up, is this working? Yeah, it's about visual media, which is what we do really. And what is visual media? To give you a little explain, okay, we've got photography, we've got video, and design. Really, it can be all incorporated into creating a visual media. So and when you put all those together, yeah, you're really looking, when you're used to using it to enhance your marketing online or in print. If I press play on this, will it actually still work? Yes, it will actually. That's better. That's easier to work. So how does it work? Okay, the first thing is we did this little graphic, which is really just expanding a little bit on the sales funnel. But what we've done is we've played around and we've created what we call the visual media machine. And the way this works is you've got at the top there where we need to get people into the funnel. Okay, and we say on that, we call that creating awareness. So we're creating awareness, we can pull people into the funnel, which will go then into the machine So the ways we could do that, first one is advertising. We can advertise in various medias. We could use stuff like Google AdWords. Yeah, we can use social media ads. We can use TV ads. We could use magazine ads or billboards. Okay, so by doing all of those, we bring those in and we put them into the machine. Okay, and then we can look to engage with our audience. So this is the next stage really, because once we've got them in there, they know who we are, they've got pretty much a good idea about what we do. So then we need to bring them in a little bit more, or teach them a little bit about what we do and a little bit more about us. So we could do this by putting together social media posts. Okay, we can do it via email marketing. We can do that by email marketing. We can capture the process. By capturing the process, what we're looking at, sorry, these are the points now. Should have indicated that to me on this. It's probably my mistake on the presentation. But yeah, so you've got email marketing and your social media. But what we need to do is put together the processes that we can do. So capturing the process, so that can be a video, print, design, or photography. And by capturing the process, let's say you're a manufacturing company, you build a widget, yeah, and we can capture how it's done. If you're a design company, it's how you design something. It's all the processes that you use. So by capturing those, you're teaching people, or you're putting some authority on what you do. Case studies. Case studies are a great way of working with clients, because case studies, you pick a particular project that you've worked on, yeah, and then you follow that through all the way through to completion. And what that does, again, it builds authority. It also shows all the processes that you can go through in your when you're putting a project together, and you can put some testimonials in there, which can give a little bit of authority and build trust. So case studies are a great way to go forward. Success stories, again, on a similar theme to case stories, but what we do is we're just focusing on success. So that could be you've won a particular order, you've won a tender, anything like this, that people really like to hear about successes, because it gives a positive vibe. So anything that you win, if you put something out there about that, that can be a bonus for you. Blogs and vlogs are great. Every time you can, if you can, get out there and record yourself, put yourself on video. We all procrastinate about it. We all think, yeah, we always find something else to do. But if you can do little videos of yourself doing stuff, putting stuff online, going through, or maybe even just camera, but just sitting there to camera, think about a blog that you've written, and then just do a little vlog, just put yourself on video. Putting blogs out there onto social media are fantastic, but you want lots of nice photos on there. Try to bring it up with a bit of design, put it together really, really nicely so that people have an enjoyment of reading them. I did one recently where I just did that. I put the blog together, and then I went into, and I've got to do another one, but I went into the studio and filmed myself. I just got the camera, put myself into that, and just did a vlog about the blog. And that increased the number of click-throughs to my blog, because by briefly introducing it and going through the basics of what the blog was about, yeah, people clicked onto the post and then went through, and more people read the actual blog. So it works from that point of view. So that's a good thing to do, and it's something you can do very much yourself. You don't need to get somebody involved. You can just get your own mobile phone, put it there, and just talk to camera, and that really introduces the big part, which is the blog. Then there are PR photos. Well, PR photos are PR photos, so you can get some great stuff if you're out meeting people or doing stuff or getting involved in anything. Take photos, get some photos of what you're doing and put them out there onto social media. They're great. And testimonials, we briefly touched on that with the case studies because they pretty much go hand in hand. But to get a short testimonials from clients, and yes, we can go in and film it for you, but if you're there with a client or you've gone and done a specific job, get your phone out and get them to do a testimonial for you. They're a great thing because they really, they build trust in your business, which is fantastic. If you get lots and lots of testimonials, then people will begin to think, be converted towards you. Editorial is another way you can do this. By this editorials, you can get editorials in magazines, you can get editorials in vlogs, bloggers, that sort of thing. A little bit more difficult to do and achieve, but editorials are a great way of getting yourself out there, getting your business out there. And then you can see, so just to recap on the process, so you've got awareness at the top where you use advertising, branding to bring people into the top of the funnel. Once they're in the funnel, they're in our little marketing machine, okay, and there we might play around with them for a while. So we're sort of sending them all these different videos, different PR and events, and they might not have been at the point where they wanted to buy. They're not everybody's at the point where they wanted to buy, but they're in the machine and they're moving around and around. When they are ready to buy, if you've done all of those processes properly, yeah, then they should pop out the bottom, yeah, with a nice little order. So how can we help you with that? And so what can we do for people if you're looking, if you see somebody we might be able to help with? We can produce the content for them. And I think that's one of the most difficult things to get hold of. So we can produce some nice little videos, we can do them photography, and we can design up the ads for them as well. Specifically, and what we do is we tend to put it together into a campaign. So distribution of that content, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Distribution of the content would be to do little ads. So we can do Google ads that go onto Google, ads that go onto social ads like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Working with all of these platforms, they all want different, they want slightly different ads. They all like slightly different things, but we can work with all of those to get your adverts out there into the media. And then we do what we call the campaign management. The campaign management is we monitor how the ads are doing, we monitor the reviews, we monitor the analytics, and then if there's any remarketing needed to do, so that's putting things out into the media, we do that as well. Sorry, I should explain more. Remarketing is, so if somebody's had an interest in one of your ads, so they've clicked on it, yeah, then they might well be interested in the product. So what we can do is we can single those people out again to send another ad to. If they've clicked all the way through, we can send a specific form to them, or we can put a call out to them or whatever. So if they're really interested, we mark that as urgent. We need to call them because they're ready to buy. They're really interested. They've just clicked on it and they've got a little bit of interest. Then we might just send another ad to them just to try and G them along and try and move them along that process. And that's it, really. That's the presentation for today.
So if you had to hang your hat on one thing, Doug, and say what you're brilliant at, what DT Studios are brilliant at, what would it be? What would it be? It
would be the content, producing the videos, and producing, and the great photography. We're very visual on that. That's our core business.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Thanks very much, Doug. That was really, really helpful.